last year, July 21st, Shanteari Weems shot her husband, James Weems. Shanteari was an owner of a daycare center out of Owings Mills. And so she ended up getting allegations made by 3 children that went to this daycare, stating that her husband sexually abused or molested those children. And so she snapped, shot her husband. He ended up, he has not faced charges or like the court system as of yet, but she has gotten sentenced, and she was sentenced to, I believe, 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
And so there was this overwhelming support for her on the internet, stating that we need to protect her at all costs. We need to put money on her bail and bond because she did the right thing. Do you all agree with that? I mean, we're back with this vigilante justice behavior, and before I give my thoughts as the therapist part of me, I'd like to hear from you all. What do you think? Should we support? Is this normal? Is this okay? Like, do we want to take justice in our own hands?
Well, let me start it off. So as much as I would have probably done the exact same thing,
Right.
I do think she deserves some jail time, but given the crime, the fact that he survived and her state of mind, I think the 2 years in the original plea deal was probably reasonable. So I'm actually, me personally, I think I'm a little more upset with the judge, Michael O'Keefe.
Oh,
So
yeah.
because Shanteari accepted a plea deal with the prosecutors for 2 years, which means you forego the option of a jury trial, right? Because you agreed to 2 years. And honestly, there's a good chance the jury would have been okay with supporting her and would have let her off. So she might have got no time. But then the judge decides to throw out her plea deal and give her twice the time. So that's bullshit to me. I'm not cool with that. It's more examples of the American justice system failing. So I'm pissed about that personally.
Yes.
But did she deserve some jail time? Sure. Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
It was vigilante justice.
It's aggravated assault with an unlicensed weapon. So again, too many guns in America. You have a gun culture problem. Did she have every right to be outraged? Absolutely. Should she despise this man? Should she take justice into her own hands?
Could she have snapped? Yes.
She could, absolutely. And I mean, I can appreciate why she snapped, because she was betrayed at the highest level when the people that are in your care, when it's your mission to protect these people, and your partner violates your trust and violates those children. That's unfathomable.
I can't imagine being in the Mandarin Hotel in that room and him probably admitting to it, and just the feelings that probably went through her mind at that moment. Like I said, I can't say that I wouldn't have done it too.
But if she could have gone to the hotel to have this conversation without a gun. She could have.
I'm sorry.
At the end of the day,
I probably would have done the same thing.
He's an ex-cop who's going to jail for touching little kids. He's not going to fare well in the system. So if this would have happened after, if this
thinking about that though.
After the fact, if it would have been a trial and he would have gotten off on a technicality, and then she goes back and shoots him, then I kind of go,
you're not thinking logically like that, Rob. Nobody's thinking logically like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna go to jail for so many years. He might even get off. I mean, there's a possibility he could get off. Nobody's thinking.
But I'm with you, Neo. Like the 4 years from the judge was excessive when they were the original plea was for 2. It's like, come on.
It'd be different if she had pled to 4 and then been like, okay.
Yeah, she's not a danger to anyone else. Are you the POS that she's married to that's diddling kids? Okay, yes, then you're in trouble. Not, then okay, you're cool.
Johnny, what you think?
I mean, Dr. T, I have also noticed that spike of, like, what you said, vigilante justice and people taking crime into their own hands. I understand it because we have like a culture of people that don't trust the legal system, they don't trust the government, they don't trust cops, and then also an increase of violence. So it's like the Robin Hood story. Like that's gonna happen. I agree that I don't think that it helps. Like it's not like, oh, this is a better alternative and this is gonna change things and we all need to do this. But I understand it deeply because in this scenario, it's hard to not feel empathetic for her. it's almost like she could have felt like a mother to those children in a sense, because she even said that
Oh,
when the
yeah.
mother came to her, she grew. Yeah, it was like she was a baby, that she came in as a baby and then she's now like a young kid. And to know that her husband she trusted did something like this, I feel like this is a crime of passion. I feel like this
Would
was
have fucked
right,
him
and
up.
she doesn't deserve any jail time in my opinion. But I'm clearly not the judge, obviously, and I do think that the judge was wrong. But this sounds like a crime of passion because technically he cheated on her, which sounds gross because these are children, but he cheated on her, he betrayed her, and
Yeah.
to like Rob said, to the worst, to the highest degree, he betrayed her.
That's a
So
good point. I mean, you make a good point about the cheating because
That's a great point.
it's like triple fold, right? It's like
Yeah.
cheated, betrayed the trust, didn't. I mean, because she
Yeah.
trusted him around the kids to protect the kids, as she said,
right.
and to protect her. So she has her business. So he destroyed her business. He destroyed his.
Yes.
I mean, he destroyed everything. He
Wow.
destroyed the
Every-
kids' lives, everything.
Yes.
I mean, he's
Horrible.
a pariah. So I mean, it's like
Yeah.
the worst of the worst right there. For me.
100.
And then she gets jail time on top of it. Like she's having the worst stroke of luck, which makes me feel like maybe she knew low key the whole time. So this is kind of like the whiplash of that. She probably, I don't know, women, we have good intuition. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Some do.
Maybe she thought her husband was cheating. She just didn't know who he was cheating with.
Right.
You know,
Right.
maybe.
Right.
You know.
Right.
What are
right.
your thoughts, Dr.
Point.
You know, I was just struggling with this one. You know, a part of me wanted to send her $20 on her books, but then like another part of me is like, you know, next time let's just throw some hot grits on them or something. Let's like, you know, throw some water, baby oil on them and spank them with a belt or something. You know, something more cruel. But you know, I came up with more creative ways to not spend so much time in jail if it were me. But
Yes.
I just think the COVID, you know, after the COVID, we have just in general an issue. I think, Robbie, like you mentioned, number one, we have to be able to emotionally regulate. So if you don't know how to emotionally regulate, you just make impulsive decisions, and in result, you can lose so much. And so it's really unfortunate. I hope that, you know, everything comes out with him in a trial where he gets, you know, time and,
Oh, he better get some time.
you
Yeah.
know, he gets punished as well. Like I really hope that, because what we see when we have offenders like this is most times they don't want to testify in these cases, and so they'll just kind of go silent. So I hope that doesn't happen here. But if it's as far as I said, you know, I was thinking about sending her $20, so I was going to put a little like GoFundMe page together for old girl,
You supported.
because I think she had to. I can understand. Not
Right.
agree, but I can understand.
Right. Right.
Well,
I
there's
can agree.
some good comments online. I love that, Dr. T. Lizzie says, yes, Gianni, she picked him. And I bet you this was not the first time. Just awful all around.
Miss Lizzie is on fire, okay? Miss Lizzie does not play any games with us.
Lizzie, don't play around.
And the question is, why was he alone with the kids at all? Did he work there as well?
Yeah.
Jacqueline
Yes,
Robinson
he did.
says,
Bus driver.
yeah, he did.
I believe.
He did work there as well.
Bus driver? Okay.
Yeah, he did some.
He was
there.
involved. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like me and my wife's business. Posh. I'm not the owner, but I am direct. I do work there. I do little things
Help.
there. Yeah, and so I'm sure her husband was similar. Help. All right, Jacqueline Robinson says, it's wrong, but I understand. Old girls should have been given a medal and a national parade. As Aretha Franklin
Right.
sang, ain't no
Medal.
way. Yeah. I don't know.
No way.
You know, all I'm saying is, put myself in the same shoes. I could see myself doing the same thing and expecting to go to jail for it. So that's just, I mean, but
I would expect it.
I would expect to go to jail for it, but I would probably do the exact same thing. So,
And we'd have a cartel leader write a letter on your behalf apologizing.
it's true. Lies and shenanigans. I don't
This
know
is
what to call
unfortunate.
this. I'm going with truth
Sad
on this.
truth.
I mean, she
It's the
did the
sad
right
truth.
thing.
Yeah.
Truth.
It's pretty sad though.
I hope she
Sad
gets the
truth.
time reduced during the sentence.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know
they're
how old.
appealing. I think I
Okay.
read that they're appealing, so hopefully she does.
And she has a lot of supporters, so
Yeah.
hopefully that they can lean on the local government too.
Public
Absolutely,
support.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
crazy
it
thing, the
goes a long way.
prosecutors supported it. So I mean, this judge is just being an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Like,
Yeah.
what bone do you have to pick?